Welcome back, guys. This is the King Weeds here, and this is what if Naruto was half Uchiha and half Hyuga part 3. Last time we left off with Naruto and pretty much Team 7. Well, Team 7 actually entering the chunin exams, and we'll have a bit of a recap. Naruto actually did make friends with Haku, and we all know the story between Haku and Naruto, how Haku in the end still dies because he actually wanted to save his the person he loved the most, which was Zabuza, and Naruto asked why. However, Haku responded by saying that Zabuza is the only person that he ever had in his life, and so is the only person that he would actually give his life up for. Of course, Naruto was saddened by this, and he actually unlocked his Mangekyo Sharingan. As many would remember, his Mangekyo Sharingan ability is pretty much to uh, suck in everything and disintegrate everything. However, he can only use this for 10 seconds, and it's a very strong power because it's literally a black hole, and we know how strong black holes are. They can suck in entire stars within minutes or even seconds. But anyways, now Naruto can decide the strength of that the black hole with his eye, and it's only on his right eye, and also his left eye ability, which is in since the right eye, because his left eye is actually the Byakugan. He can actually become intangible for 1 minute, and Naruto is a very overpowered character. Anyways, now Naruto, who pretty much is pretty saddened by this, he continues perseveres, realizing that there are people like Haku everywhere, all around the world, and he wants to help the world out by actually becoming the best shinobi ever and stopping the cycle of hatred. And of course, he still doesn't understand the cycle of hatred. However, he actually can see that there is a lot of hatred, and Naruto's ninja way is starting to begin forming. For now, it's to never go back on his word. And anyways, now we get into this part 3, and Team 7 actually does get into the tuning exams. And Naruto, since he was always in the library, he was always the smartest in the class. However, he never showed it. And anyways, since he never showed it, no one really knew, except for a few people like Hinata, Shikamaru, and Choji, because those were pretty much his only 3 friends. And now Naruto easily passes the exams, and he actually gets top place, like literally beats all the scores given by the pile top score holders, for example, record holders, for example, Minato, Itachi. He beats both of them without even cheating. And anyways, Naruto's team passes easily, and they get into the second part of the tuning exams. The second part of the tuning exams we all know as the Forest of Death, and that is where Sasuke gets his curse mark. And anyways, Naruto still being quite knuckleheaded, of course, as in the original. However, he didn't show it as much. He was a bit smarter than that. He still needed to go to do his thing, and he told them, and they're like, all right then. And Naruto promised them that he'll actually come back as fast as possible, and they accept. Remember, Naruto is actually learning the Rasengan and the Flying Raijin, like I said multiple times, and he has continued that training, and he's actually gotten quite close to mastering the Rasengan. Not the Flying Raijin, because he hasn't even started it, since he knows that it's a very hard jutsu. And anyways, Naruto, who pretty much finishes his thing, he actually starts heading back to his teammates, and as he does, he sees Sasuke already on the floor, and Sakura pretty much next to him, not paralyzed, but she was actually fighting this massive snake, which she actually was able to keep up with. And they're saying Naruto and Sakura do train together now. And anywho, I forgot to mention that. So Sakura is a lot stronger than even Ino is. But anyways, Naruto saw that Sakura was able to keep up, and he actually helped out because he didn't want her to die. And anyways, Naruto comes in and actually kills the snake immediately because he doesn't want Sakura to die. And then Naruto and Sakura do see each other, and Naruto tells Sakura to take Sasuke and go as far as possible because Naruto will kill this guy. and he doesn't care. Then anyways, Sakura could feel the pressure coming off of Naruto. Remember, Naruto has no Kekkei. I did say that he didn't have any, and he's all about training. And anyways, he's basically like a new Rock Lee, but a stronger version of him, and a more talented version than Rock Lee. Well, not talented. Naruto's still pretty much starting from the bottom, going to the top with his own initiatives, studying and everything. Anyways, Naruto then looks at Orochimaru and activates his Byakugan. However, he only has it in one eye, and he realizes that this guy has a lot of chakra, maybe even more than him. However, he doesn't really care and actually begins fighting him because he doesn't want to die or allow him to actually get his way with after doing that to his team. And so Naruto and the Orochimaru begin their fight. Naruto, during this fight, he actually pretty much goes all out, and he creates a few hundred shadow clones, which he actually uses to bind Orochimaru with a ton of lightning bindings, and it's a lightning cage that he creates. And anyways, Naruto is close to fully mastering lightning release, and he already knows how to use it mostly without any hand seals, and this confuses Orochimaru on how does it. However, they all have the Byakugan on, and they only have it on one, and Orochimaru's confused about that the most. Anywho, Naruto then says, "You're finished," and as he says that, he arrives in front of Orochimaru, and Orochimaru was like, what the hell? And he didn't expect Naruto to be this fast, especially because his clones were very far away from him, and Naruto pretty much uses the 64 palms, which he actually learns by actually stealing scrolls from the actual Hyuga clan. And anyways, now Naruto, using the 64 palms, actually completely gets each hit on Orochimaru, and Orochimaru was confused on how Naruto even knew that technique, and at this age, especially because it's a very strong technique. And anyways, Naruto pretty much annihilates Orochimaru in this fight because Orochimaru is out of chakra, and pretty much has nothing else to do, especially because of this weak body that he's in. It really hinders his performance. And anyways, now Naruto is pretty freaking pissed because of what he did to his teammates, and so he was about to pretty much just go all out. And anywho, Naruto actually never used this technique before. However, he was about to use it now because of what Orochimaru has done. And this technique was actually the flying, not the flying, actually the Rasengan. Naruto pretty much got quite far with it. Like I said before, he hasn't gone anywhere with the flying Raijin. However, with the Rasengan, he's gone quite far with it, and it's actually very good for Naruto because Naruto actually has a chance against Orochimaru at this point, and he was actually able to use the Rasengan, and he was actually able to contain him because of all the rage that he had, and also him actually activating his Sharingan, having the chakra control with the Sharingan actually helped him out learn the master of Rasengan, and he made it much easier on him. And anyways, Naruto smashes it into Orochimaru's face, and Orochimaru pretty much gets killed in Naruto's eyes. However, in reality, Orochimaru just substituted himself with another clone of his and actually disappeared. Naruto then, after seeing that the clone actually paved the way and became pretty much smoke, and Naruto realized that he escaped, and he was pretty pissed off at himself. However, Naruto wasn't too injured and actually went off on his own to his team. Anyways, he does remember that Orochimaru had Orochimaru does remember that Naruto had the Sharingan and the Byakugan. He was confused, and he was very interested in Naruto. He wasn't able to give him a curse mark. However, he realized that maybe Naruto might be stronger than Sasuke, like have more potential, because Naruto has both dojutsus, and he knows how strong both dojutsus are and how OP they can be if one uses them at the same time. And so he actually wants Naruto now, not only Sasuke. Naruto is going to be like Sasuke is going to be the backup plan. Naruto is going to be pretty much his main target at this point. Anyways, now Naruto and Team 7 do reunite. Well, not reunite, but Naruto arrives to help out Sakura and ask her everything. Well, ask her what happened. And anyways, Naruto and Sakura pretty much talk while they wait for Sasuke to wake up. And in the end, Sasuke wakes up. Well, not he doesn't wake up. In the end, they do still get attacked by the Sound Trio, and Sasuke wakes up to help them. However, once he woke up, there was only Naruto left because pretty much Naruto took care of them. It was pretty much over the fight, and anyways, Sasuke is pretty much enraged, and he actually does attack Naruto. And this is when Orochimaru actually takes the opportunity to actually sneak up behind Naruto and about to bite him. However, Naruto then actually says, "Oh, so you have returned," sensed it from a mile away. And what he does, Naruto actually pretty much ducks underneath Orochimaru's bite, and he was actually able to rip out Orochimaru's hands, arms, and he was confused on how strong Naruto was. And then after this, Naruto Rasengan Orochimaru while kicking Sasuke in the face at the same time, jumping at doing the same thing, pretty much destroyed them at the same time. And Orochimaru gets pretty much he's on the verge of dying. Anyways, then the Sound will actually come in and help him, and Orochimaru switches body with his original body, and Sasuke gets put down by Naruto, and Naruto actually takes Sasuke because now they have the scrolls. They actually go to the tower and finish the exam. Anywho, once they arrive at the tower, they open the scrolls because Naruto deciphers the thing. Even Sakura realizes it. And anyways, now Naruto and Sakura pretty much told Kakashi what happened after they see him there. And yeah, Kakashi tells them that he'll take care of it. However, after the he does seal it away, and for now, oh sorry guys, he seals away with a pretty weak seal first. However, he says that he'll do it once they finish the preliminaries. That's what the hell the preliminaries are. And anyways, now in the preliminary, he tells them that the preliminaries. Anyway, he explains to them that the preliminaries are only being held because there are so many participants, and there are so participants. Usually they go straight to the third phase of the chunin exams, which is the finals. However, there's too many people, and so they have to pretty much do this. So it's not going to take 7 years to finish the chunin exams. Anyways, and they understand, and they say they have at least a few hours to a day until all the teams arrive. And in the end, it does turn into a day, and Naruto actually takes this day to actually train harder because he realizes that if Naruto didn't get the jump on that guy could have easily beat him. Naruto realizes this, and he thinks to himself that maybe he should start using the Sharingan more. However, then he realizes that no, he cannot show them yet because Naruto is not ready for it yet. He doesn't understand what the reactions, he doesn't know what the initial reactions will be. Will they hate him even more or anything? And so he still keeps it a secret and keeps training harder and harder. Naruto doesn't know that thing. Orochimaru was actually Orochimaru, and he's still in the village searching for him. And in the end, Orochimaru does find him that night, and Naruto says who is he, and then he sees a bit of the resemblance. Orochimaru extends his neck to get Naruto. However, then Naruto uses a sword that he was hiding in his scroll to actually stop Orochimaru from biting him, and he bit the sword, and Naruto actually broke one of his tooth off, and basically Orochimaru pretty much healed off. He can actually regrow his teeth. Don't ask how. Snakes. Anyways, of course, he says maybe you might be a bit of a hard prey. However, I'll get you. And literally starts going around Naruto. However, Naruto activates his Byakugan and his Sharingan at the same time, because now Orochimaru, he needs to fight this guy, and he already knows that he has the Sharingan because he did use it. And as Orochimaru was coming towards him, Naruto uses a Rasengan, a very strong one, he puts a lot of strength into this, and it's a very dense Rasengan. And once he hits Orochimaru, which Orochimaru thought he was way too fast for Naruto to even see, for a normal, he knows that Byakugan users can see through people's speeds and everything and how to counter them. However, he thought that Naruto, 12-year-old, wouldn't be able to do that because it's a very high level skill. Well, he need a very high level of skill to do that. However, he doesn't know that Naruto has a very high level of skill, and in the end, Naruto pretty much shows that, to Orochimaru that he can do that, and actually slaps the Rasengan onto Orochimaru, and pretty much Orochimaru gets blown away. Orochimaru wasn't expecting this. However, then he does go for another attack. However, Naruto says, "You move another inch and you'll die." And Orochimaru could actually feel the amount of chakra flowing in Naruto's Sharingan, and he wanted to know what he's going to do. And Naruto then activates his well, he doesn't actually activate his Mangekyo. However, Naruto closing his eyes, there is a blue light around him, and Orochimaru realizes that this must be the Susanoo, and Naruto then opens his eyes with his Sharingan, and the Susanoo ribcage appears, and Orochimaru actually gets smashed by Naruto's Susanoo ribcage, basically not smashed, but Naruto summons the skeleton, just the skeletal form of the Susanoo, and pretty much slaps Orochimaru. He doesn't have his full body. He only has the torso and the face, the head and the arms. And anyways, he pretty much slaps Orochimaru into the ground, and Naruto says, "One more move and you'll die." Orochimaru then escapes and realizes that Naruto's a way he is a very hard target to get. He's basically like an Itachi, and so he's not going to go for Naruto ever again. He knows that Sasuke has enough potential to even rival Naruto, or maybe even to beat him. Anyway, the next morning, Naruto actually does get told that the chunin exams will be at 4 p.m. and Naruto actually gets ready for them. He's not too fast about it because he knows he's going to either lose or win, and he's going to try his hardest. And anyways, his plan is to win. However, if he gets beaten, it is what it is. It's really, he couldn't really do anything about it. And anyways, now Naruto actually does fight first at 4 p.m. The first fight is Naruto's fight against Kiba. Naruto knows Kiba personally because he has actually like interacted with him sometimes, and Kiba and Naruto aren't in that, they're not friends, you could say. However, they're not enemies either, and Kiba doesn't treat Naruto as badly because Naruto wasn't as annoying. He was more of a silent kid in the academy, and he just tells him that if Naruto doesn't try hard enough, he's going to lose, but it's alright because Kiba is already way too strong for him, and he was a bit cocky. However, Naruto actually says, bravado is alright. However, only if you can back it up. And, of course, Kiba gets pretty pissed off and goes in for the attack first. And Naruto says, yeah, this is why you lost. And straight away, within the first 10 seconds of the fight, Naruto's already on top of Kiba, using a counter attack to Kiba's pretty much strength and speed. Naruto was able to get on top of Kiba and pretty much stand on top of him while Kiba was on the floor, and he was asking how Naruto done this, and Naruto says that you left one of the biggest openings ever. I just took the opportunity and pretty much put you underneath me. And anyways, of course, Kiba was confused on how he even left the gap for Naruto. However, there was a massive gap for Naruto to actually get in, to pretty much get in on Kiba. And anyways, now Naruto and Kiba finished their fight, and everyone was very impressed by Naruto, especially the Hokage, because the Hokage could see that the gap that Kiba left was very small, and even though it was very visible, it was a very small gap, and you would need a lot of accuracy and strength and speed to get into that pretty much gap, the opportunity. And anyways, he was very impressed by Naruto, and then the next two fights go pretty much exactly the same, and Hinata's one goes the same as well, which actually makes Naruto come in the way. Naruto instinctively moved without actually knowing. He never really had an interest for Hinata. However, he didn't know why he did this and saved Hinata because his body moved on his own, of course. And anyways, Kakashi does arrive, and he was asking how this Neji kid is even in the chunin exams. He's already chunin level, closing the gap between a chunin and a jonin. So Neji was pretty much getting to that jonin level caliber. Anyways, now Naruto, who has pretty much stopped Neji from becoming from becoming a killer by killing Hinata and saving Hinata, of course. Naruto actually helps Hinata up and takes her away while they actually watch the next fight, which was pretty much Lee versus Gaara versus Lee, and that fight is very gruesome. Lee tries his best, however, Gaara just keeps putting him down, and it's really, really sad how Lee gets beaten down. And anyways, now, of course, the double knockout is still between Sakura and because they actually were on the same level of strength. However, Sakura wasn't angry at herself for it. She was actually proud of herself because she actually trained this time. She couldn't really do anything if the opponent was just as strong as her. Maybe she could have trained a bit harder. However, she tried her best, and that was what mattered the most. And at least she didn't lose because she was weak or anything. She lost because they were both on the same level. The two were pretty much strong as hell. Well, they're not as hell, but you know what I mean. Anyways, the preliminaries are over. Naruto does still tell Neji that he's going to destroy him in the chunin exams, and he's not even going to see it. And anyways, now Naruto and everyone goes in the on-off training. Sasuke goes with not Orochimaru, with Kakashi to actually train in mastering his well, Sharingan, and also mastering the Chidori. While Naruto goes off on his own. Of course, he has to train on his own to become stronger over time. And anyways, now Naruto and pretty much Team 7 is separated right now. Sakura's just taking a rest, even though she keeps training every single day. Naruto's actually training on his own, while actually pretty much getting stronger and stronger and learning more jutsus. And since he already had the Rasengan, and he actually realized that the Rasengan could be so much stronger if only it was a completed jutsu. Naruto himself realized that this jutsu is nowhere near completed. It's not a completed jutsu at all, and so he actually begins adding he adds a chakra nature to it, which actually makes it very strong, and Naruto could feel the strength in it. Although he explodes so quickly that he even injures Naruto's arm, not even his hand, his whole arm. Naruto realizing that this jutsu can be very, very strong. Already being an A rank jutsu, it can become pretty much an S rank jutsu if mastered and if completed in a good if completed well. And anyways, now Naruto actually does pretty much keep adding chakra natures to it, and he sees all the different types. And the wind one exploded by cutting him, the fire one exploded by burning him, he didn't do earth release. The water one, he actually didn't actually explode. It's that when Naruto realized that the water release one is pretty much close to his own one, the normal one, he realized that the water one can actually add sharpness to the wind release Rasengan. So he tries to add the two together, and pretty much it's much better. And Naruto now has all 5 chakra natures, just saying. And pretty much Naruto adds lightning release to his Rasengan, and his Rasengan was easier to hold than what he thought. It didn't explode on him. However, once he actually threw it, Naruto was pretty much able to see that the Rasengan was very weak. However, it actually disappeared. Naruto's Rasengan disappeared, and then pretty much after that, Naruto saw that he still did damage to the tree that he threw at, but Naruto just had the feeling of throwing it because he didn't know what he could do with it, and it was like floating in his hand. It wasn't even on his hand, it was literally floating on his hand. So Naruto couldn't really just smash it into someone since he can't even hold it properly. And anyways, now Naruto and Team 7, Naruto does still meet Jiraiya over this 1 month training, and still learns the same exact things from Jiraiya, just that he learns them faster. And in the end, with Jiraiya, he actually masters his own type of taijutsu, and he also tells Jiraiya about this Rasengan thing that he learned a long time ago, well, not a long time ago, quite recently. And he realizes that this is a jutsu that is not completed, and Jiraiya asked, how do you even know about the Rasengan? And Naruto says, well, it's a jutsu that I actually stole from the Hokage. And Jiraiya started laughing and said, do you even know how to do it? And Naruto says, well, you could say so. I'm not sure if you know how to do it though, but I just wanted to tell you that this jutsu can be mastered by anyone, and if you can master it too, we can train together. And basically Jiraiya says like this, and Naruto asked, wait, are you the Jiraiya? He realized that he must be the Jiraiya. Like, he knew he was the legendary Sanin, but however he completely forgot that the legendary Sanin Jiraiya was the fourth Hokage's teacher, and so he must have known about the Rasengan as well. And so Naruto and Jiraiya actually do start training for the last week, and on the Rasengan, and Naruto actually masters his wind release Rasengan without having it explode. However, he realizes that he can throw it just like the lightning release one, which Jiraiya cannot do. However, Jiraiya knows that he can see that the wind Rasengan looks a bit like a shuriken. Like there were a little, like, you know how the shuriken looks, and there were a bit of the size of the shuriken very small. However, it was visible, and so he told Naruto that they should make this into they should change the chakra transformation. They should add chakra transformation to it. And Naruto says, but to what? And say that to make it into a Rasengan and shuriken, a shuriken to throw as a Rasengan. And Naruto says that's very smart. And Jiraiya was actually able to create the Rasengan shuriken because he has chakra transformation mastered, and so he couldn't really throw it at first because the chakra actually just disappeared. And Jiraiya realized that it's a very big Rasengan. First of all, if he lands, he can actually destroy anyone. He actually did do it on a tree, and the vicinity of the tree, the facilities of the tree, and everything, the ground, the water, the photosynthesis thing, it was all gone. It pretty much, bro, it's gone. He annihilated it. Anyway, Naruto realized that this is a very strong Rasengan to not use on other shinobi unless it's a life or death situation, or it's about to the death. Anyway, now Naruto and Jiraiya Naruto can't master the Rasen Shuriken. However, he's able to add both lightning and wind release to it, and he was able to throw his small his vanishing wind Rasengan, not the Rasen Shuriken. And he realizes that if he can throw the Rasen Shuriken once he masters it, and he is actually able to make it disappear, it'll be a very strong jutsu. And anyways, now Naruto and Jiraiya pretty much are done with their training, and they said their goodbyes, and Jiraiya apologizes for not being able to go and see Naruto, and Naruto says it's fine, at least he's had someone to interact with, and he found out that someone doesn't hate him, someone else doesn't hate him. And Jiraiya says, I'll come back, Naruto, I'll congratulate you on your win, I'm sure you'll win. And Jiraiya realizes that Naruto would be the only one to win. And just saying, Naruto does tell Jiraiya about his Byakugan and Sharingan, and Jiraiya already knew, first of all, and second of all, it is what it is. Now, Naruto actually does get into the Chunin exam finals, and his fight is first. The fight against Neji was a bit different. Naruto did say he would beat him before he could even see it. However, Naruto wanted to see how Neji actually truly fought when he was actually tryharding. Neji did try everything against Naruto, even the 64 palms. However, Naruto was actually able to pretty much block every chakra, single one of them. And then, once Naruto uses the Rasengan, everyone was confused. However, Neji was actually able to use the rotation. But Naruto said, is that it? That's a pretty weak jutsu, and Naruto just pushes through the rotation and pretty much smashes the Rasengan into him, and says that he needs a lot more training. Talent may be everything, however, hard work beats talent, and this is exactly hard work versus talent. You're talented, while I had to work hard my whole entire life, reading books at the beginning and starting to train here and there, and now look, a talented Hyuga like you being beaten by a nobody like me, Naruto Uzumaki, the Naruto's Jinchuriki, what everyone's afraid of. Aren't you afraid of me? And Neji says, why would I be afraid of you? You're just a person, tail beast. And basically, Naruto realizes that Neji has a good heart. However, it's just the way that he's been brought up that changed him. And Naruto says, that's enough. You get your lesson, right? Destiny doesn't decide one's fate. It's one can change one's fate if they want to. Unless they want their destiny to be, their fate to be decided by destiny, they can do nothing about it. But I am someone who wants to change my fate. I want to become someone in the future. Not necessarily the Hokage, however, someone just as strong as the Hokage and just as respected. Anyways, here, take my hand. And basically, he helps Neji up, and Neji actually understands and actually becomes friends with Naruto. Anyways, if you heard that was actually my cream. I just needed some cream on my hands and my face. Anyways, sorry, I should have done this while stopping the recording. I'm so sorry. Also, if you can hear background noises, like for example, people like kids screaming and like a ball bouncing, it's actually because I live literally next to a park, and it's a park that's been going for nearly 7 years. But yeah, it's a park. It's a very nice park, a small park that I play with my friends, and we play football. But anyways, if you can hear it, it's because there are kids playing. It's a sunny day, of course. I don't even blame them. It's good for them. And anyways, I'm probably gonna go out to see a new house. Should have moved out today. However, something happened, and that's what made my day worse and worse. However, this is past. This will be uploaded like 4 days afterwards. Anyway, but anyways. Now, uploaded, not recorded. Anyways, of course, the next few fights actually got the same. Shikamaru's fight and Shino's fight. Shino and Naruto actually do talk during the tuning exams, while Sakura was just actually sitting next to them and talking as well. And Shikamaru joins them as well. Choji and Ino were actually there too, and they were actually talking together. And Naruto actually sees that Shino is actually very similar to him. He's very talented and works hard, while he's a very shy person and doesn't talk to many people. Naruto's a knucklehead, however, he's known as a shy person because he never really interacted with anyone. However, if you do interact with him, you can see that Naruto is a knucklehead. Anyways, that's where I'm gonna end off. Sasuke's fight will be covered next part, and I hope you'll enjoy it. Please stay safe. This was the King of Weebs, and don't forget to subscribe to Ratreet Main 1 to treat also my friend Hxmesh and my second channel DB Lover, and don't forget to follow Shokiro on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, and join the Discord server. All the links are in the description below, and you can don't forget to get your good quality anime merch from Beautiful Halo and get 5% off on your next $49 plus order with the code MEME, MEME, and 10% off with the code MEMES on your next $99 plus order. You can get 10% off with the code MEMES, MEMES. Anyways, also don't forget to get your good quality lamps from lamptee.com. The code you can get 10% off on any order from there. Any amount of money you use, you can get 10% off with the code LAMTEE the King of Weebs. The L in LAMTEE is capital, and the King of Weebs is all capitalized except for the O and F. So capital L AMPTEE and capital dash capital everything except for O and F on the King of Weebs. Anyways, my ducklings, you're dismissed. This was the King of Weebs, and peace. Have a nice day.